What's the story? So, post Open Nationals car chat. It is Monday morning after Nationals, and it is about 8 a.m. I am going in to see Laura O'Rourke PM therapy for like just a post comp massage. I've been seeing Laura now for the last couple of months, and I don't think I previously rated enough the potential benefits of like semi regular just massage for relaxation, or sports massage, just as a means by which to stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system, just so you relax more, you're not as wound tight. I don't necessarily know that the act of massage itself initiates any more recovery, but I think even just as like a method to bring yourself, particularly if you're quite wound tight without realizing it, just to relax is brilliant. And then like I usually sleep a lot better, so I figured this was like a good time to get in right after the comp. I'm going to try to keep this brief. As I said, I want to keep all these things as best I can under 10 minutes, ideally 5, because I know this generation, fucking brain rot, you motherfuckers aren't watching this for more than 5 minutes. In any case, Open Nationals yesterday wrapped up. We obviously had Saturday where I had Shauna and Katie lifting in the under 76 kilo weight class. That was fabulous. I was delighted with that flight. The two girls did extremely well. It's obviously Katie's first Nationals, so the biggest thing there was to at least be able to repeat her best total, which she did, and just to be able to lift at that standard, which anyone that's lifted at a national level meet will tell you it's a whole different ball game. Just everyone that's there is of a certain standard. Obviously, when you lift at an open, you could be against somebody who's a first timer, you could be with a 10-year veteran. It's so all over the place. You don't really know who you're going to. Some people don't even know the commands. You know what I mean? Whereas at national level, it's everyone that's like pretty damn solid, very competitive lifter. They've definitely they've earned their spot. So it was great for her to have that experience, and it's been like a crazy year for Katie in particular, just because of how much she's competed all on top of each other. Like she did the June Open, that was at the end of June in the Marina Market. She did August Open for the crack, and then she did this, so that's June, August, November. So ideally now a little bit of an off season before we set a full game plan out for next year. Then Shauna, second Open Nationals. She did get an invite to the Christmas qualifier in 2023, which was like a pseudo Nationals, but like second official Open Nationals competition, and significantly better than she got on last year, even with a total PB too, which I was delighted with. Both of them missed their last deadlifts, and it's so bizarre because obviously as a coach, a part of you like debates, did I make the right choice? Did I put the right weight on the bar? And in both cases, I don't think I would change anything. I think I just don't know if they had any more to give in that moment. You know what I mean? Whatever way the flight shaked out, or whatever way their energy levels were, or their intent. I wouldn't change the attempts. I think they were still attempts that were well within their reach. I just think whatever on the day happened, or whatever way the attempts ran or the platform ran, they just weren't meant to have them in those moments. You could always say you could have just loaded a little bit lighter. And in saying that, they weren't really big jumps. Like Shauna pulled a pretty convincing 165 seconds, and we went 170. And like even from a barbell dynamics point, like that's still two reds either side, a blue, a collar, and the only thing we're adding is a 2.5. So I don't know if a 1.25 would have made that any better. But in any case, same for Katie. We went 167 to 172. So again, we're just adding on a 2.5 each side. But the bar itself, like, so what I'm getting at here is oftentimes you'll see lifters can fall off if the dynamics of what makes up the bar changes. So it changes from red, blue to red, and then whatever change you have on the end. That can sometimes fuck people up. But still, both girls did pretty well. Let's say Katie's first national, Shauna second, 7.5 kilo total PB for Shauna, matched PB for Katie, and fourth place for Shauna, which is pretty sick, especially given how competitive the under 76 kilo is now. Goes without saying, Emma McDermott absolutely dominated. She had a fantastic day. Sarah Doyle did amazing as well, and Ellie O'Neill in her first Open Nationals, very good flight of lifting. And then yesterday, then in the Sunday AM, I wasn't handling, but Corey Burley, one of the guys I coach from up north in Reform, did extremely well. He was in the under 120 class. And the main goal we had for Corey was just to get as close to the podium as possible. And it was quite a competitive class. So he came fourth, which is great. Kind of is the theme of the weekend, because I also came fourth. But yeah, he did a great job. We weren't really sure how he'd get on, but he squatted 315 kilos, benched 200, and just ran out of gas by his last deadlift. He pulled 280, and I think he just needed 5 kilos more for the 800 kilo total, but he just missed. He said he was gassed by the end, so he was delighted with himself. So I was happy to see that. Corey's somebody I empathise with a good bit because he is in a very similar situation to me. He runs his own business and he's a dad. Like his kids, I think, around 13 months old. So, you know, it's tough when you've got a little baby because sleep is so unpredictable. Their moves are so unpredictable, and obviously impacts like your stress, your sleep, your recovery. So I do empathise with him, but he did a great job, all things considered. Like 4th place in that weight class is pretty damn sick. And then naturally there was myself. So yesterday I lifted in the under 93 kilo weight class. There was a pretty big spread of talent. Like we had the 2 top lads in Cian Madden and Aaron Blackmore. They were always going to be 1st and 2nd. And then it was kind of a battle for 3rd. There was me, Mark Comiskey, Jack Thornton, David Gagnon, and Ben Corsby, who were all kind of flirting with 3rd place. I knew going into the meet, I was in a very, very like, I didn't really know where I'd go. I didn't know what I could have squatted 225, I could have squatted 265, I could have squatted 270. I don't know. The prep just had not been good. My knees had been very, very like in a lot of pain. So I wasn't sure how I'd get on. But I got exactly what I wanted out of the day. I said it to the 2 lads who were handing me, James and Nathan. Thank you very much to the boys for fucking sticking around all weekend for the dig out. And Kiva and Kerry as well. Kerry recorded everything. There will be a vlog eventually, and Kerry carried the workload on that. Kiva gave a little bit of a dig out too on the vlogging, which was great just to have for hand me salts or hold my headphones or whatever. Just little stupid things that you wouldn't think of until you kind of need just to hand something to somebody. But yeah, delighted with how everything went. I said to the lads, I was like, I just want to go 9 for 9. I have not gone 9 for 9 in a very long time. I always end up taking a risky attempt somewhere, or I miss a lift or whatever. So I was like, let's just get a 9 for 9 day. And that was kind of the theme throughout the day. So watching back my last squat, watching back my last bench, I probably had the kilos I needed to get 3rd place on the podium. Mark Comiskey ended up taking it. I came just behind him by 5 kilos. I did probably have what I needed, but it meant more to me to go 9 for 9. Now, obviously 9 for 9 and a medal would have been savage, but like the 9 for 9, I think was a better achievement. I think had I loaded something and then missed it and also missed 3rd place, that would have pissed me off more because, like I said, I don't know if I've said this on camera, but essentially 3rd place might have gotten me a Western Euros invite. Might have, right? I've done that. I did that in 2023. I did that in 2024, and I coached at it this year. And I'd like to coach at it again before I were to compete internationally again. I think I want to put together a better string of training before I look at competing internationally again. So overall, I was very, very happy with the day. I squatted 257.5, which is 12.5 kilos below my best at under 93. I benched 170, which is 2.5 kilos below my best at 93, and I pulled 292.5, which is 2.5 kilos below my best at 93. So they're all fine by me. The biggest takeaway for me was I enjoyed the lifting. Going 9 for 9 was a huge thing for me, just to kind of like say I've ticked that box again after not doing it in so long. And then there's a lot of people walking by looking at me like I'm a fucking massive weirdo talking to my phone. And like, it's 2025. This is what people do. But one of the biggest wins, and I cannot overstate this enough, is that every time I walked out onto the platform, I could hear the support from all my people, like all the crew, either the people that I coach or train with, or have coached in the past. They were so supportive. I could see their faces. I obviously got a million tags today. And like, these are the things that I think, you know, it's easy to throw it up on an Instagram post and be like, oh, thanks for all the support. But like, genuinely, when you walk out there and you're already like unsure of how things are going to go and you just hear everyone cheer for you, it reminds me, it was a lot like when I was in pro wrestling, when you got a reaction from the audience, you could feed off it. But it was a game changer for me yesterday, and it really made me feel much better about the whole experience. I couldn't be happier with the result. Like, again, I say to everyone, like, people marry themselves to numbers. Nothing about the numbers I did yesterday are reflective of my best efforts or what I can do. But it was absolutely the day that I wanted, and I think in a way the day that I needed, because I definitely had a hard time coming into this prep. I think only now that I'm on the other side of it, I can see how much it was like weighing on me, that like I knew I had expectations on myself from performance, but I didn't think my body was capable of giving it. But having done the competition now, I think, you know, there's way more in me, and I think another good prep, I could do an excellent job at another meet. I do think in the long run though, I need to take a little bit more time off and go back to the drawing board and like navigate this knee pain a bit more. Although it held up okay yesterday, a bit sore during squats and deads, but nothing too crazy, nothing unmanageable. But you know, that doesn't matter. It's the day-to-day training that needs to feel a bit better as well. But in any case, I'm talking just over 10 minutes now. I am going to go in here for a massage that I'm probably late for now. Yeah, thank you all for watching. And if you're watching this and you're one of the people that were there, honestly, thank you so much for whether it was a kind word or cheering when I came out. Like, these are things that, like I said, I think we all say, oh yeah, thanks very much, but genuinely, it fucking made the comp for me. So thank you. Anyway, thanks for listening to my bullshit. Go have a great one. Roll on the next comp, December Open.